This video pays tribute to legendary wrestlers who have left us, honoring their remarkable contributions and the lasting legacy they've created in wrestling. These icons inspired millions with their dedication and talent. We also share emotional updates about Bret the Hitman Hart, whose recent news has touched fans deeply. Celebrate their incredible lives and unforgettable impact with us. Don't forget to subscribe to keep their stories alive and ensure their legacies continue to inspire generations to come. Big John Studd, born John Minton on February 19, 1948, in Butler, Pennsylvania, became a towering and unforgettable figure in the world of professional wrestling. Standing at an imposing 6 feet 10 inches and weighing more than 400 pounds, Studd's sheer size and power made him an indomitable force in the ring. His presence alone commanded attention, but it was his exceptional strength and in-ring ability that cemented his place as one of the most feared and respected wrestlers of his era. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Studd's career was defined by his fierce rivalries with some of the biggest names in wrestling history, including the likes of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. These feuds not only captivated audiences, but also showcased his remarkable talent for drawing heat as a villainous big man character. One of the defining moments of his career came in the 1984 Royal Rumble, when he famously challenged Andre the Giant, sparking an epic rivalry that would go down in wrestling lore. His battles with fellow giants like Andre solidified Studd's reputation as a dominant force in the squared circle, with his imposing physique often being the perfect counter to the larger-than-life personas of his opponents. Studd spent the majority of his career with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, where his larger-than-life persona became synonymous with his hard-hitting style. Tragically, his life was cut short when he passed away from liver cancer on March 20, 1995, at the age of 47. Despite his untimely death, Big John Studd's legacy lives on, and his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2004 served as a testament to his indelible impact on the wrestling world. Today, he remains a revered figure, his influence continuing to inspire generations of wrestlers who follow in his footsteps. Tim White, born on March 25, 1954, was a distinguished figure in the world of professional wrestling, renowned for his dual roles as both a referee and producer. At the age of 68, White passed away, leaving behind a lasting legacy in the industry. His journey in professional wrestling began in the 1970s, and he quickly garnered recognition for his exceptional work ethic, professionalism, and attention to detail. White's most notable contributions came during his time in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where he officiated some of the most iconic matches of the era. He was trusted to referee high-profile contests involving legendary wrestlers, making him an integral part of the company's history. Beyond his work as a referee, White was deeply involved in behind-the-scenes aspects of the business, particularly in creative and production roles. His vast experience, knowledge, and insight made him a respected figure in the industry, not only among his peers, but also as a mentor to younger talent who admired his wisdom and guidance. One of the most heartwarming and memorable aspects of White's career was his deep friendship with the late Andre the Giant, which added an emotional layer to his character. Their bond was well known within the wrestling community and contributed to White's enduring popularity among fans. White's passing marked a significant loss to the wrestling world. He was remembered not only for his immense contributions to the sport, but also for his kindness, dedication, and genuine support for those around him. His legacy lives on, inspiring future generations of wrestlers and referees who look up to his professionalism and passion for the industry. Tim White's impact on professional wrestling is immeasurable, and he will always be remembered as a true icon in the business. Rosie, born Matthew Anoa'i on April 7, 1970, was a professional wrestler who gained recognition in WWE during the early 2000s. He came from the legendary Anoa'i wrestling family, which boasts some of the biggest names in wrestling, like his brother Roman Reigns and cousin Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rosie's wrestling career started in the mid-90s, where he wrestled in various independent promotions before joining WCW. There, he formed a tag team called the Samoan Gangsta Party with his cousin, Jamal, later known as Umaga. However, Rosie truly made a name for himself after joining WWE in 2002. He was paired up with his cousin, Hurricane Shane Helms, to form the comedic superhero duo, the Superheroes. While they weren't your typical tough guy tag team, their quirky, light-hearted approach brought a unique and fun vibe to WWE. Rosie's character was often the goofy, lovable guy who added some humor and entertainment to the storylines, which made him a fan favorite. After leaving WWE, Rosie kept working in the wrestling world, making appearances on the independent circuit and even shifting to a coaching role, helping to train the next generation of wrestlers. Sadly, Rosie passed away on April 17, 2017, at the age of 47, from congestive heart failure. Despite his relatively short career, Rosie's impact on wrestling, especially his entertaining persona, has left a lasting legacy. He'll always be remembered as a beloved figure in the Anoa'i family, and for the joy he brought to fans throughout his time in the ring. Luna Vashon, born on August 23, 1962, was a pioneering figure in professional wrestling and remains one of the most memorable female competitors in the sport's history. As the daughter of wrestling promoter Paul Vashon, she was immersed in the world of wrestling from a young age, which ignited her passion for the industry. Luna made her debut in the mid-1980s, quickly distinguishing herself through her distinctive persona, striking appearance, and fearless in-ring style, which set her apart from her contemporaries. Vashon was known for her colorful and often unpredictable character, which made her a standout in various wrestling promotions, including WWE, WCW, and ECW. Her contributions to the women's division were significant, as she captivated audiences with a combination of athletic prowess and theatrical presentation. Notable rivalries, such as those with Alundra Blaze and Sable, played a pivotal role in elevating women's wrestling during the 1990s, marking an important shift in how female wrestlers were perceived and represented in mainstream wrestling. Beyond her in-ring accomplishments, Luna was also a skilled manager, frequently accompanying male wrestlers to the ring and enhancing their storylines with her dynamic presence. Despite confronting personal challenges, including struggles with mental health, she remained a beloved and resilient figure in the wrestling community. Luna Vachon passed away in 2010, just days after her 48th birthday, leaving behind a lasting legacy that continues to inspire future generations of female wrestlers. Her fierce spirit, unique character, and dedication to the craft have solidified her as an iconic figure in professional wrestling, ensuring her place in the sport's history. Umaga, born Edward Fatu on March 28, 1973, was a powerhouse of a wrestler with a larger-than-life presence and an in-ring style that could make anyone's jaw drop. He hailed from the legendary Anoa'i family, which includes some of the biggest names in wrestling like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Roman Reigns, so it's no surprise that Umaga's wrestling skills were top-notch from the start. He kicked off his wrestling career in the late 1990s, jumping into various promotions, but it was his run in WWE that truly put him on the map. Making his WWE debut in 2006, Umaga instantly turned heads with his towering physique and fierce, almost unstoppable persona. With a Samoan warrior gimmick, he quickly became a fan favorite, bringing an intensity to the ring that few could match. His signature move, the Samoan Spike, had fans on the edge of their seats, and his rivalries with heavyweights like John Cena and Triple H made for some of the most thrilling matches in WWE history. But Umaga wasn't just a muscle man. He proved he could handle high-profile storylines with ease, picking up the Intercontinental Championship and showing off his versatility as a performer. Sadly, Umaga's life was cut short when he passed away at 36, due to a heart attack linked to his battles with substance abuse. Still, his impact on the wrestling world remains undeniable, and he's remembered fondly for his unique style, his fierce presence, and the way he electrified fans all over the world. Even though he's no longer with us, Umaga's legacy lives on in the hearts of wrestling fans everywhere. Bertha Fay, born Rhonda Singh on August 14, 1964, was a trailblazing professional wrestler whose impact on the wrestling world, particularly during the 1990s, is still remembered by fans today. Tragically, she passed away at just 36 years old on February 16, 2001, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence the industry. Singh's wrestling career began in the late 1980s, where she quickly garnered attention on the independent circuit with her powerful persona and impressive skill set. However, her big break came in 1995 when she signed with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and debuted under the ring name Bertha Fay. Unlike many female wrestlers of the time, Bertha's character was designed to be larger than life and highly entertaining, often bringing a comedic flair to the ring. This distinctive persona set her apart from her contemporaries, making her an instant fan favorite for those who appreciated her unique style. During her time in the WWF, Bertha Fay had an immediate impact on the women's division, using her imposing presence and sharp wrestling skills to stand out. She clinched the WWF Women's Championship in 1995, solidifying her position as one of the top figures in women's wrestling at the time. After her run in the WWF, Bertha went on to appear in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where she continued to captivate audiences with her larger-than-life personality and wrestling abilities. Bertha Fay's ability to blend humor with athleticism made her a memorable figure in wrestling. Although her life was tragically cut short, her contributions to the industry remain significant. She is fondly remembered by fans and wrestlers alike for breaking the mold and bringing a fresh perspective to women's wrestling, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. Mitsuharu Misawa, June 18, 1962, was an iconic Japanese professional wrestler, widely celebrated as one of the most influential figures in the history of the sport. Misawa's journey began in 1981 with the All Japan Pro Wrestling (AJPW) promotion, where he initially competed under the ring name Tiger Mask. However, he soon adopted his own persona, which allowed him to showcase his extraordinary athleticism, innovative wrestling style, and ability to craft compelling narratives in the ring. These traits set him apart from his peers, establishing him as a true pioneer of the sport. Throughout the 1990s, Misawa became a central figure in AJPW, embodying the promotion's signature strong-style wrestling, known for its hard-hitting and physically demanding nature. He held multiple championships, including the prestigious Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship, cementing his place as one of the top stars in the industry. Misawa's legendary bouts against wrestling icons like Toshiaki Kawada and Kenta Kobashi are regarded as some of the finest examples of technical wrestling and intense in-ring storytelling. Their rivalries captivated audiences and solidified Misawa's status as a master of his craft. In 2000, Misawa founded Pro Wrestling Noah, a new promotion that continued the legacy of AJPW while nurturing the next generation of wrestlers. Despite transitioning into a leadership role, Misawa continued to compete at an elite level, earning the respect and admiration of both fans and fellow wrestlers. Sadly, Misawa's life was tragically cut short when he passed away at the age of 46 following an in-ring accident in 2009. His death sent shockwaves through the wrestling world, but his impact remains undeniable. Misawa is remembered not only for his remarkable achievements, but also for his unwavering dedication to the art of professional wrestling, inspiring countless wrestlers who followed in his footsteps. Bret the Hitman Hart is considered one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. Known for his technical mastery in the ring, his intense work ethic, and his larger-than-life persona, Bret Hart became a household name during the golden era of WWE. His journey, marked by incredible triumphs, unforgettable rivalries, and personal struggles, has earned him a place in wrestling history as one of the true legends of the sport. From his early days in the squared circle to becoming a multiple-time champion, Bret Hart's impact on the world of professional wrestling cannot be overstated. However, his career was not without its challenges, both in the ring and outside of it. Along with his success came numerous health problems, including serious injuries that would shape his later years and affect his quality of life. In this article, we will dive into Bret Hart's illustrious career, his incredible wrestling accomplishments, his struggles with health issues, and how he remains a beloved figure in the wrestling world to this day. Early life and wrestling beginnings. Bret Hart was born on July 2, 1957, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, into a family that was deeply involved in professional wrestling. His father, Stu Hart, was a legendary wrestler and promoter, and his family's famous training facility, the Hart Dungeon, would produce many future wrestling stars. Growing up in this environment, Bret was naturally exposed to the world of wrestling, but he initially pursued other interests, including a career in amateur wrestling. After honing his skills in amateur wrestling, Bret returned to the wrestling world, joining his father's promotion in the early 1980s. Bret quickly made a name for himself in Canada and soon caught the attention of World Wrestling Federation, WWF, scouts. In 1984, Bret made his WWF debut, starting off as part of a tag team called the Hart Foundation with his brother-in-law, Jim Neidhart. The duo's charisma, athleticism, and technical ability made them one of the most successful tag teams in WWE history. Rise to stardom and championship success. Bret Hart's career took a major turn in 1991 when he began to focus on singles competition. Known for his unmatched technical ability in the ring, Bret soon gained recognition as a future world champion. His hard work paid off in 1992 when he won the WWF Intercontinental Championship by defeating Pat Patterson. This victory was a stepping stone to his eventual rise to the top. In 1992, Bret went on to win the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, and his reign as champion marked the beginning of his most successful period in WWE. He would go on to have a successful career in the WWE, on to defend the championship in several iconic matches, including one of the most famous bouts of his career against Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. Throughout his career, Bret was known for his incredible ring psychology, his innovative submission techniques, and his ability to have high-quality matches with almost anyone on the roster. He became known as the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, a moniker that perfectly captured his technical brilliance and wrestling legacy. Bret Hart's career saw him hold many prestigious titles, including the WWF World Heavyweight Championship 5 times and the WWF Tag Team Championship with Jim Neidhart. His rivalries with wrestlers such as Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Undertaker are some of the most memorable in wrestling history, with each feud elevating his legacy as one of the greatest performers in the ring. Bret Hart's career-ending injury, the event that changed everything and the rumors that followed. In 1999, Bret Hart's illustrious career came to a halt due to a career-ending concussion. During a WCW Starrcade match, Hart, the defending WCW champion, was accidentally kicked in the head by Bill Goldberg, causing the injury. This unfortunate incident left Hart unable to continue competing in the ring, marking a tragic turning point in his career. Following the injury, Hart was inactive from wrestling and officially announced his retirement in October 2000. The event has left a lasting impact on both Hart and Goldberg. Despite Goldberg's apologies, Hart has expressed resentment over the incident, blaming the young wrestler for the career-altering concussion. Goldberg, on the other hand, has since stated that he no longer feels the need to apologize, acknowledging the accident as a result of his inexperience at the time. Rumor: did Goldberg's injury to Bret Hart end his WWE career? Following Hart's retirement, rumors began circulating about whether Goldberg's actions in the ring contributed to Hart's later struggles in WWE. Speculation grew that the injury wasn't just a physical blow, but also severely impacted Hart's mental health, possibly leading to his departure from the company shortly after. While there is no official confirmation, some fans and industry insiders believe the concussion and its aftermath played a larger role in his exit than just physical limitations. Return to wrestling and final retirement. Despite his health struggles, Bret Hart made a surprising return to WWE in 2010, nearly a decade after his retirement. This return was emotional for both Bret and his fans, as it allowed him to reconcile with WWE management and his former colleagues. Bret's return included a series of matches, including a memorable bout against Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 26. Although Bret was no longer the same in-ring competitor he once was, his return was an important moment in his career, as it allowed him to go out on his own terms, addressing unresolved issues from his past. In 2010, Bret officially retired from in-ring competition, and while his health issues continued to impact him, his legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers in history remained unchallenged. The legacy of Bret Hart. Bret Hart's contributions to professional wrestling go beyond his incredible matches and championships. His style and technique revolutionized the way wrestling was presented in the 1990s. Many of today's top wrestlers, including Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, and Seth Rollins, cite Bret Hart as one of their major influences. Bret Hart's rivalries with legends such as Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin are legendary, and his performances at WrestleMania, particularly his match against Michaels at WrestleMania 12, are still regarded as some of the greatest of all time. The Montreal Screwjob in 1997, in which Bret was controversially defeated by Shawn Michaels, is a significant moment in wrestling history that continues to spark discussion among fans and industry insiders alike. Bret Hart is also known for his contributions to the Hart Foundation, both as a leader and as a performer, mentoring younger talents and helping to shape the future of wrestling. His family's legacy in wrestling has been passed down through his children and nephews, and Bret remains an iconic figure in the world of wrestling. Bret Hart's advocacy and personal life. In addition to his wrestling accomplishments, Bret Hart has become an advocate for health and wellness in retirement. He has spoken candidly about his health struggles, including his post-concussion syndrome and stroke, and has encouraged other athletes to take care of their mental and physical health. His honesty about the dangers of the wrestling business, particularly regarding head injuries, has earned him respect not only from wrestling fans, but also from medical professionals and advocates for athlete health. Bret Hart's personal life has also been marked by significant challenges. In 2002, he tragically lost his brother Owen Hart, another talented wrestler, in an accident during a live WWF pay-per-view event. This devastating loss, along with the strain of his health issues, took a toll on Bret emotionally, but he has persevered and continued to inspire others with his strength and resilience. Conclusion: Bret the Hitman. Hart's career is one of the most remarkable in wrestling history. From his rise as one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, to his struggles with health issues that ultimately forced him into retirement, Bret's legacy is one of both triumph and perseverance. Despite facing numerous challenges, including his strokes and ongoing health issues, Bret Hart has remained a beloved figure in the wrestling world and continues to be an advocate for athlete health and wellness. Bret Hart's contributions to the wrestling business are unparalleled, and his legacy will live on in the matches he had, the stories he told, and the impact he made on the generations of wrestlers that followed. His career may have been marked by health struggles, but it is his indomitable spirit and unmatched skill that truly define who Bret Hart is. A legend in the world of professional wrestling,